Morning, everyone. I think I'm live now. How's everyone doing? Good morning, MT. Good morning, Franco. We missed you yesterday. I don't know where you were. I almost called the Justice of the Peace or whatever. How are you? How are you? Look at how weird my coffee looks like in the morning. It's that instant stuff. I wish it was like that creamy, but it's really not. It's just black coffee. All right. So I guess this morning we're going to take a thumbnail of this, and then we're going to, I guess, find something. I was supposed to, figure out something to do today, and I didn't. But we do have those NRF modules, whatever they are. In bed since Thursday morning, high temperature, pounding head, every muscle and bone hurts, and having hallucinations. Oh, that is not good. What are you doing here then? Go have a rest. That is very not good. Never know what to do with these giblets that come with the test leads. I guess I could put them back on. There we go. Aside from COVID, I don't really get sick anymore. I got COVID at least twice. But since I guess my general hygiene has increased since COVID, since, been washing my hands pretty much excessively and whatever, I don't really get sick anymore. I'm not 100% sure you're not resting or asleep. Gotcha. Okay. All right, let me fix focus. I have to change it every time. Bigger video, camera control, focus. To find where it's sharper. There we go. All right. I will say Logitech products, that's the big issue, is their software competes with your computer's software. All right, so there we go. All right, let's turn this on. Big squishy buttons. I really don't like the buttons on this thing. But if the product is good and that's the only thing you have to live with, that's not the end of the world. All right, let's change the voltage to 5 volts peak to peak. Sine 1 kilohertz doesn't really matter. And then channel 1. There we go. Let's increase that size a little bit. There we go. So the issue with this is it's very tall, so my background, all my junk is going to come into it. You like Logitech wireless keyboards and mice? Well, that's true. Although I am using a wired mouse, but honestly, for keyboards now, it's mechanical or bust. Actually, one more detail. I don't think I'll ever buy a non-hot swappable mechanical keyboard again, because when your keys start going bad, you can literally take them out and put new ones in, and it's not that expensive. All right, let's get the thumbnail camera. If I can find it. Oh, it's over there. This one here. So this is a D3100. This is my old YouTubing camera. This is now a 3300 up there. And this is a Nikon 105 f2.8 macro lens. Does it have a... Oh, it doesn't even have an SD card in it. That might help. Let me find SD card. If I were an SD card, where would I be hiding? Oh, in the SD card reader. Look at that. All right, let's see what kind of framing we get here. Oh. I feel like I'm gonna have to go way too far back here. All right, well. I don't know if you heard the shutter on that. Okay, so I took a shot of the scope. I'm going to take a shot of just my surface here and see if I can add it to the background. All right, let's see. I'm going to shoot from down. There we go. So I'm going to composite those two together because I really don't like this background here, but if I can just use my Matt's background, that's going to be better. Oh boy, the reach. Okay. I started cleaning up my workshop the other day, though, which is nice. A flatbed scanner? No, I don't. Ooh, crappy buttons. Makes me feel ill. I don't even know. Yuck. All right, so the other thing I find weird with these things, come on, get out of there, is that, look, they give you a pouch, right? But you can't fit your accessories in the pouch. What's the point of that? Just make it a bigger pouch. This is why I'm not in product design. I try too hard. Okay, so, put this in. I've been also meaning forever to make a thumbnail set. Like a B-roll set and a set where I could get thumbnails. But like, I'm running low on space already. Have a dedicated photography corner. That's asking a lot. Although if I do organize my stuff a little bit, it can fit a little bit more. But like, not a lot more. Where's the screen? I just put these on the opposite side of the screen. Oh, nice. You watched it already. It was, may not have been high energy. I'm glad you folks like it. Oh, excuse me. I just got out of bed, by the way. I got out of bed at 7:50, and it is now 8:11, so 21 minutes ago. All right, so that, maybe I'll just keep it in the box. I did all that for nothing. No, wait, this one's going in the field with me. Yeah. In the pouch it goes. There we go. I think the, oh shit. We did change the clocks. Oh, that's bad. We went to bed late last night. And on top of that, we changed the clocks. We we don't change the clocks. Like my wife and I. But like we have digital clocks everywhere. So they did it themselves, like our phones and stuff. And my alarm was based on my phone. So I didn't even notice that I'm an hour short of sleep. That is not great. That's why I'm extra tired this morning. I'm usually tired, but I'm... Okay, yeah, this is all going to go in my work toolbox. Okay, well, oh no, the instructions. Yeah, in Europe it's the end of the month. I did look that up on the 31st. I will admit, us North Americans do it a little bit arbitrarily. All right, so should we try this? My nemesis. NRF 24L01. It'd be really nice to get this working. Look at that. They didn't trim the legs of the crystal. These things have messed with me so much, but it might be time to learn them. Let me check what's on my list. Oh boy. God, I'm old, guys. All right. Documents. No. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be the NRF 24L01. Dang. It's really my nemesis. I hate these things with a passion. Okay, so this needs 3.3 volts. Let's figure out how we're going to power our breadboards, shall we? These things are really not breadboard compatible. I can use small breadboards. All right, here we go. So, oh, this is not the type with the print. Okay, let's go look up the pattern for that. Where's my notepad? Down there. Okay. What am I doing? There we go. Screen. NRF 24L01. Pinout. Okay. Need a pen or something. I've changed manually apart from 2. TV and the satellite box. The rest I have to set yourself. Interesting. Okay. So, let's make a diagram here. So crystal is here. And that means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, 3.3 volt. Ground on the top. Oh my god. CE and CSN. Serial clock and MOSI. And then MISO and IRQ. Okay. Chip enable, used to enable SPI. Oh, this needs to be kept high. Good to know. Clock. So MOSI to MOSI. MISO to MISO. And the IRQ only if there's an interrupt. Transceiver module. $100, that's good. So 3.2 volt systems or 5 volt systems. Each module has an address range of 125. Communicate with 6 other modules. Okay, good. So it's just this we're going to have to be careful of. 3.3 volts. So MOSI, MISO, and clock, they are going to go directly to the UNOs, MOSI, MISO, and clock. But the CE and CSN are going to be going to to GPIOs. Okay, this is important too. 10 micro or 0.1 micro. Oh, and. So 10 UF plus 0.1 UF to VCC ground. Okay, so that's a good start. Now let's check out let's go check out what we got here. Okay, pin diagram. Let's just make sure this, so it's ground CE serial clock MISO and IRQ MOSI CS. IRQ MOSI CS and VCC, yeah. Okay, so they're going, all right, so this is kind of what I need here. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the time change. So it looks like it does need to be connected independently to a 3.3 volt. Okay, so let's go pin 13 for serial clock. MISO is pin 12. MOSI is pin 11. What's SS next to ground? That's CE. Okay, CE pin 8. And CSN pin 7. Okay, IRQ remains disconnected. Exact same for the receiver, okay. So I need the SPI and RF24. RF24 library. And this should be pretty simple. Okay, so RF24 radio 7 and 8, creating instance radio with the CE CSN 7 and 8. Okay. Then don't really need the serial begin, but I get it. Or do you need serial? Put the clocks in the half hour between summer and winter and leave them there. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Okay, input radio.begin. So radio is this guy. So radio begins, activates the modem. Radio.open writing pipe with the address, which is this one. There's spaces there. So space, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 digits, another space, okay. So yeah. Radio.stop listening, which sets it in transmission mode. That's our value. We map the value. Okay. No. Please go away. I mean, all this is simple. But the issue is, so you're sending a bitwise end. This is where it gets confusing. Because what does it get received? So this is the confusing part. Why is it a bitwise end? So this part I don't understand. This is my issue, because the rest is all kind of good, but it's this. That's a logic AND, bitwise AND. Okay, wait a minute. If both input bits are 1, the resulting output is 1. That makes even less sense. Does that make any sense to anyone? This line? Okay, this is not. Trying to understand. C line, yeah, read me. Thanks. That's a fantastic read me. Ghetto shielding, huh? Okay, that's a thing. So there's no. Oh God. This is how I feel like it's not gonna work. Oh, here's an idea. Hang on. Flip you guys over there for a second. I have a local ChatGPT. Oh. Just updating. Okay. All right, let's mess with this. All right. So Okay. Oh. Hopefully I'm not going to drop frames because this is using a lot of GPU. I think my software blew up. Oh yeah, encoder overloaded. Okay, might not be able to do this. I'm gonna do it online, I guess, because this is using my graphics card, and I'm using my graphics card right now to stream. So I don't know if the stream can take it. So I'm gonna do it on the OpenAI, but you guys won't be able to see it, sadly. Log in, continue with that password. ChatGPT. Can you explain what did I want? Please. Okay, so this is what ChatGPT is saying. I'm out, who's next? Huh? I'm here. Am I not streaming anymore? Okay, so, oh, jeez, what's going on here? Okay, so, why am I having issues today? All right, so I put my code. I said, I have the following code that I don't understand. So I put the code. I said, can you explain radio write end data, size of data thing? So here we go. A statement responsible for sending data over to the NRF24LO1 radio modem. Let's break down the statement. Radio write, this is a method call. So this is the problem. See, method. ChatGPT killing your GPU. Oh, yeah. Honestly, I wish I could afford a $2,000 GPU. Here, I'll show you. Hang on a sec. I don't know if it's gonna. Here. So this is what it would cost to get a sort of top of the line graphics card to work ChatGPT. And what's crazy is there's a shortage of these cards because of software like ChatGPT and image generation and stuff. So, yeah. All right. End data. Okay, this is the important part. This is the address of the variable data. The AND operator is used to obtain the memory address of the variable. In this case, it's passing the memory address of the data variable to the write function. To the write function. So the write function I don't quite understand that. Size of data. This function returns the size in bytes of the variable data is used to determine how many bytes to send over the radio. Data is an integer variable, so size of data would typically be 2 bytes on most Arduino platforms, since an integer takes 2 bytes of memory. This ensures that the entire content of the data variable is sent over the radio. Okay, so we have data, right? It sends the memory address of data. And then it sends the size of. How does it know what function? Look, I don't know. I'm trying my best here. Okay, sending data. Then there's comment, summary, line of code. Okay, so this says it sending the content of data, but it doesn't send the content of data. It sends the memory address, or does it send whatever's at that memory address? Because where does data come from? So analog read, so value is reading an analog value, that's fine. Then int data is the mapped version of that value. And then okay, so just sends that data and the size of the data. Interesting. So this is just like just something you have to know. End data. So what I don't understand, okay, here's what I don't understand. How come you go to the Arduino reference and you see the end? Oh, what? Why is there different? How can this be the same? There are two. There are two ands. The ampersand operator AND is used for this purpose. If x is a variable, then AND x represents the address of that variable. So p equals ampersand I. Now p contains the address of I. Result equals whatever. Gets the... Okay. So what actually happens, this is why I don't like libraries. What actually happens is this write function here. This one, radio.write. Okay? This obfuscates what is happening. This is my problem. Because this function must take this as a variable and this as a variable, and then it goes and picks up the data that's in here. in the Arduino loop, you are not sending the data. You are sending the write function where to find the data and how big the data is. Oh my God. This is what's so confusing about coding, is that nowhere in here does it actually send the data. You are using a function that isn't in here. It is in the library. And that function needs the address of the data it's going to send. It's going to send the data itself. It needs the address and how big that data is. That is what's so confusing. And now GitHub okay, let's void read. This is why I hate libraries. I mean, don't get me wrong. They make stuff easy, but they obfuscate. You're not really learning to code. It obfuscates what actually happens. Okay, so open writing pipe. These are all read, available, mask, set address, open writing pipe, close. Write. Okay, I can't find what I'm looking for. There's a function in here called write, because we call it here, radio.write. But if I search write, there is literally 103 results. So there's write, register, write payload, read payload. So I think it's right. I think this is it. So this is the issue with using coding in microcontrollers or libraries with microcontrollers. This whole thing, this whole code is on the micro. The whole thing. And this is not like readable. Like this is all obfuscated. This is my issue, is I don't really know what is happening because, like, I have no idea what this is. Like, I have no idea what's going on here. So that means I don't really know what's happening in the code. So when something doesn't work, I don't know how to fix it because I don't know what it's doing behind the scenes. Like, can I send a string? I don't know. And even worse, this is like the C++ file. If you go back here, there's the rf24.h. This is what you actually add to the top here. This is this rf24.h. That's what you include, right? So you include that library. Except this one includes another thing. So it includes another file. It includes another file. It includes another file. Like, it's all these includes that add to it. So if you were to just, like, let's say, make a portable version where you know you included this, so you bring it with you, right? You download that, you bring it with you. You would never know that you need to get this one in. So this is another one. And sometimes they include like a lot. They include a lot more. So I'm like really, it's discouraging because when you feel like you've got it working, you've got all these layers you don't understand. So it's a bit frustrating. So yeah, needless to say, I don't particularly feel like messing with this anymore. I'm just a little discouraged when I do coding, and it's just so confusing. It's over my head. So let's have fun with something else, shall we? Like checking where the hell my Voron is. There we go. Let's see, where is my Voron? So it's supposed to be delivered on Friday, and now they're not even telling me when. What a bunch of bastards. You've got a box full of sensors and different Arduinos. I mean, I like the idea of Arduino. But I'm realizing that I'm not good at coding, and I run out of talent at an alarming rate. Like, I don't have talent. I have to learn everything from scratch. But it's so difficult. It does not jive with my brain. It doesn't work. I can't do it. You know what I mean? Oops. I knocked you guys 6 ways from Sunday, I think. No, I think you're good. You know? It's discouraging. It's the discouraging part about electronics and stuff, is that there's so much to learn. And once you learn all that, you're not even done. Like, you learn that you need to learn 100 times more to be effective at what you're doing. No mail in Canada on weekends, but couriers typically do. Yeah, every sensor needs its own software. Yeah, that's the thing. They're all these libraries. Like, why can't someone break down? I guess that should be me. Like, I'm saying things that I should be doing. But I wish someone would at least make templates. Like, think of a library. A library isn't... Okay. So, give me a second. I have to get this off my mind because it's bothering me. Let me find a piece of sacrificial paper here. Well, here, I'll just use my notebook. I don't really care if I get Sharpie through it or whatever. Nice bold pen. All right. So how it works is, so you got your sensor. Just make sure you can see, yeah. Sensor. Okay. Then you got your IDE. So you got your code. So the code you're making to make your sensor work. Your IDE, which is Arduino. Then you've got your library. And then your library has dependencies. And both these things are huge, because they cover every microcontroller and every eventuality. Huge. Okay, so you got this code. You've got a little bit of overhead for Arduino, which is fine, the IDE. Then you got this code, which is large, and this code, which is huge. Right? So all this goes into your microcontroller. Now, what I would like is your sensor code. Okay. Your IDE. And then a template. Okay, and then you got this, this, and this. So a template in my mind is only the chunk of code needed. Maybe it'll be large, I don't know. Only the chunk of code needed to do this. So you would go on a GitHub or a website, and there would be a chunk of this, and there would be a chunk of this, and then those things, like you take the chunks and that would be your template. So it'd be like, so you saw, anyways, you saw in the NRF24L01, you saw all of the stuff that needs to be there. But if there was like a piece of code, a little chunk of code, that you would do it directly, right? Because that dot write, the radio dot write, and then variable 1, variable 2. Okay, that chunk of code here, write, and the radio.read and then var1, var2, so this thing, and also the radio.begin. So the begin, var1, var2. So you only need the chunks of code for that, and that. So if there was like a piece, like pieces, it says, oh, if you need to begin, grab this piece of code. If you need to read, grab this piece of code. If you need to begin, if you need to write, you grab this piece of code, and then you put those functions directly into your IDE, into your sensor code area, and then that's it. You don't need all the eventualities. You can prune it all out. But the fact that these things, it's all hidden. They're all written in weird, you know, like the Arduino C is written in a certain fashion, and then the C++ in the background is a different fashion. So you get used to reading this. You get used to reading your sensor code. You're like, okay, I can code. But then you see these chunks, the write, the read, the beginning, these guys, and you're like, what the hell is this? Right? So I would love to write code for these, for the NRF24L01 or whatever, and have in chunks that you can just put in. And maybe there's a chunk that needs to be put in at the start. There could be a chunk, you know, if you think about it, your code in your IDE could look like this. It could be like Arduino stuff. Like, let's go setup. Right? There's Arduino stuff. And then sensor stuff. These are the chunks I'm talking about. And then your code. Right, so in setup, there, and there. So you got setup, and then your loop. You'll have a little bit of Arduino stuff. You'll have sensor stuff. And then your code. Okay, those are like blocks. And then you'll have sensor function 1. And then you got sensor function 2. And then sensor function 3. And this could be the begin code. You know, we saw that begin code, and this could be that write, and that could be the read. Yeah, so the code will look a little bit more complex, but not a lot more complex, and it'll take up a lot less space. You know what I mean? That's right. Exactly that, Franco. Initialize sensor, read sensor, put values and variables, but everything visible. And everything written in the same Arduino C or C++, but everything in the same. So that when you learn this and this, you know, so you learn this, and you learn this, and you learn this, and you learn this, then when you're going to check out this kind of stuff, you're not completely lost. This is my issue, because I do not understand as much as I try. So that's my frustration with Arduino. It's like they put training wheels here and here, but those training wheels come at the cost of not understanding this. It's like you have your pedal bike, you learn how to pedal, you learn how to balance, and then when you're like, oh, well then let me just check out what's happening here, then it turns out this is a space shuttle. Take your training wheels off of this part, and you realize that you're sitting in a space shuttle. That's my fundamental issue with where I am at in my Arduino learning. And I completely understand that if you go to a college or university course, you're going to learn all this stuff. But I'd rather that Arduino take a more direct approach to learning this stuff. I'd rather Arduino walk us through this stuff so that our code looks like this stuff. So just by virtue of coding, you're going to be learning this stuff. Because right now you're not. That's the issue I have. I've been coding in Arduino C since at least 2016, and I don't even know what a pointer is. And you read online, and it's like, the C language is all about pointers. And I'm like, what even is that? What is going on? Who's a pointer? You're a pointer? Am I a pointer? Are we all a pointer? I have no idea. I don't know what it is. I just now learned what the ampersand is. And on top of that, there's two different ampersands. They're the same ampersands, but I guess in context they do different things. It's confusing. It's bad, in my opinion. I'm happy to finally be able to put that in words, because I might end up doing Arduino rant at some point. It's hard really to explain these kinds of things until you get hit by it, and it's like, oh yeah, that's what it is. That's the dangers of sticking code together. I mean, Franco, the writing of the language might be bad, I don't know. But what I like about C++ is what it represents. It is nearly bare metal, right? It's not machine code, but it's close. So it's super efficient and super fast, and I like those things. I want to learn it because of those things. But I constantly feel like it's too difficult. I got lulled into a false sense of security by doing this part. You know, my code with the Arduino stuff. I just, yeah. I mean, the thing with learning this stuff too is your sensor stuff, the hard stuff, it could literally just have a comment before and after. Like, this is the beginning of the code to make your whatever work. And then this is the end of the code to make your... like, it's a block, right? It could even be something that you... like, that you can make chunks that, like, hide, right? You know, like the little arrows? You know what I mean? When there's, like, you have to click the little arrow to expand. So it could be all, like contracted, and then you have an option in the IDE to expand all the time. That would help me. Because when you're here, right, and you say you want to read something, well, I can see that read is this function. So this is so I, you know, you could probably, you know, you click on it. Let's say you click on it, and it highlights here that it's this function. You click on that function in your code, it highlights this function. Then in this function, you click the frickin' variable, and it's like, here's where it's being used, and then it highlights over here, here's where it's being declared. Like, that to me is a lot simpler than whatever the hell this is. You know, but I can't, the double frustrating part is I do not have the ability to make those changes. I don't know. See, I think the Arduino Corporation went in the wrong direction, and I wish I could change it, but I'm powerless because I cannot code. Like, doing this stuff, I feel like I could, but now, because looking at this stuff and this stuff, I know that I can't. And that's frustrating. C++, just C that's been hacked about, added to, and taken away from for 40 years. Quite willy-nilly at times. I mean, it is what it is. It just ain't what it ain't, and it is what it is. But yeah, so those are my frustrations. I didn't want to be frustrated about that, but it's just a situation untenable for me. And I completely understand that this is a me problem, and so I'm probably losing viewers by ranting. It's fine. You can say that I'm a bad, like, people out there can just say I'm just bad coder, and, you know, my opinion is irrelevant because I'm not a coder or whatever, and that's fine. I accept that. I just it's just crazy to me that it's the way it is, and that's just the way it is. Things will never be the same. That's just the way it is. Oh yeah. Okay, what should we do? That is the good question. I usually have lots of stuff. Actually, probably. Let's look at this. We can play with a solid state relay. Not your fault if the code... No, but the code... The thing is, the code works. It's just I don't understand it. WS28112 demo. I think I've done that. O3 generator, DC-DC battery charger, Zener diodes, Pi camera, op-amp comparator. I do have I have two lists of things. It's just, last night I was supposed to set things up for today, and surprise, surprise, I did not. So, the question is, what do? Oh, looking for steel. There's no steel here. I have a magnet to stick somewhere, but I have no steel to stick it to. There. Does this pull out? Nope. Looking just above my bench here. I do need more coffee. My wife's in the kitchen though, so I'll wait until she leaves because she doesn't particularly like the smell of coffee. So after her breakfast is done, I will get more coffee. Just an update too. The PCBWay PCBs for the analog load that we're going to use for that thing, they are in the mail apparently. So they're good to go. I'm just if you hear some noises, because I'm unthreading a threaded rod very slowly. I feel, this stupid coding thing, I feel so helpless. This is why I like to teach people things, because I want people to feel powerful, not helpless. That's why I like being a teacher, I think education solves all of the world's issues over time. And that the provincial government here canceled my program, so that was fun. Oh well, more time to do crazy projects like electric conversion on a outboard motor. That'll be fun. I see that we're bouncing around between 3 and 4 viewers this morning. I think my radical views are scaring people away. What else can we do? I really would like to work on the freaking Voron. This is my arm right there that's unthreading the threaded rod. I don't know if it'll come down into view. Almost done. Oh boy, that's making a bad sound. I don't know if you can hear it. High-pitched noise. Almost done, almost done. It's almost in view of the camera. That's right. Oh, yep, not yet. Oh, it was just magnetically attached at the end there. Get my coffee and we'll play with the SSR. Okay. Let me just finish unthreading this now. There we go. Yeah, this magnet is hella strong. This used to be what, how long is my rod? Long. This used to be what held my studio lights up. Now I need to make space. It is 29 centimeters in length. Okay. Let's get coffee. And we will continue from there. Guess who's back? Back again. Dan is back. Tell a friend. All right. So an SSR. Let me go look in my 3D printer box, 3D printer parts box. 1 and 2. Tickle my shoe. Let's see. Not in this box. You know what? Maybe the SSR is not in here. Maybe the SSR is the friends we made along the way. I definitely have a solid state relay. I just don't remember where it is. Cable management, power and regulators. These are cool little boards. Could make a video on them. These are cool little boards too. Wouldn't have put it in switches. Huh. Interesting. Where would I have put that? I definitely have an SSR. Although I did plan on using it for the 3D printer, so it should be in the 3D printer box. As far as I know. I mean, that would be a shame if I can't find it, because it is a bit expensive, because it's a high current one. Let me bring this bin out and we'll take a look. If they're not in the chat. No, he means switching from top chat to live chat. So if they're already in the chat, but they're in top chat, which I am in actually. Whoopsies. Oh, when we get the analog loads, we'll be able to test how far we can push one of these things. That's going to be fun. Might burn a few of them though. So these are parts from the old 3D printer. From the Tronxy. No solid state relay in here. Oh, how's it going, Bigsy? Happy Sunday. Popping in to wish you all well. Oh, thank you, Bigsy. One of your countrymen, Franco Walker, there. He's feeling under the weather. Oh boy, that made some noise. Here's another box. Oh, my coffee. Hope you're doing well today, Big Z. Oh, man, please don't judge me on the level of dust in this box. Silicone bed spacers. Thermistors. This is corner cubes. So this is more than a little frustrating. I can't find my solid state relay. It's not in here. I do love this thing though. Look at how pretty. That's the Voron tool head. This won't work for me, sadly, because this is a this is made in PLA. But it's a pretty print. Looks good, huh? And this comes apart like that. Just a beautiful piece of design. And also this bottom part here, it doesn't actually fit with my hot end. Need to print another one. Yeah, so that's not... Oh boy. Almost spilled coffee all over. Yeah. Well, I am actually puzzled as to where my solid state relay would have gone to. Because I do have a sorting system that it fits into. Maybe it's just in the random bench detritus? I thought we were going to have fun with the SSR today. No. Dang it. I misplaced it, but I totally blame you guys. Not because you did anything wrong, but because I don't want to blame myself again. Huh. So, no SSR. That is pretty poopy. That actually really sucks. I need to find that. Solid state relays are expensive. And that one was no slouch because I think it was like a 300 amp or something. I don't know if it was that much, but it was a lot of current. Okay, well, it's not in there. Not in my LED box, that's for sure. Not in my soldering box. Well, that was not useful. Okay then. So we're just floundering around doing nothing then. Oh yeah, that's a big mistake, Franco. I have hand sanitizer next to where I handle my my mail, just because I know if I just had to wash my hands, I would probably be lazy, not get up immediately, and eventually end up touching my face. So, yeah, hand sanitizer when you deal with mailbag stuff. That is a good protocol to have. Is there an SSR over here? No, PCBs, no SSR. Well, that's a little crappy. Okay, well, you know what? It's Sunday. So let's do a touch of design work. I do want a cable organizer. And we can set the 3D printer to print that. Let's check first if we've got something we can print. Thingiverse. Cable wire holder. Something like this. Something like this, banana plug wire holder. What's it look like? Yeah, that wouldn't be too bad. 2015. They're like similar. Wrench Rack Pro. Hello. What makes this pro? Don't know. So this is what I'm looking for, but I want it to be more dense than that. Oh, 5 slot. Oh. Two by 5. Probably inches. Okay, okay. I like this, I like it. I don't have a top chat, so I'm not sure what this is. I don't know. This looks like a good design. Okay, this is a OpenSCAD file. I don't like OpenSCAD. I'm not a fan. But this I'm liking. So let's see. 12, this one. In 3D. And it looks good to me. Some of my wires will pass through, but that's okay. I'll deal with it. I desperately need an organizer, so this is it. So let me turn on the printer, and we have to warm it up for like ever. Do I have my printer here? Bookmarks? Yeah, we do. All right, let me turn on the printer. On. Oh, I do want to show you guys something I got for the Voron. Let me blank out my name. While this does its thing, I'll blank out my address. Blank out the address at 123 Fake Street. That. Blank out my other address at 123 Even More Fake Street. There we go. Alrighty. So let's put this up to 60. We'll have to let this warm up for a while. All right, so for you guys, let's take a look at these packages. So I did buy this for the Voron. Oh, I left some of my stuff here. I bought these for the Voron, but I think it's going to be useful in more than just that. So, Bogus Avenue, nice. Welcome to the Bogus Avenue. Da-na-na-na-na-na. A box. Any ideas? Another box. The fox in the socks was scared of the box. So these are CNC blocks from Physitech, and they are supposed to allow you to install extrusions 100% square. I don't know how that works. Oh, this way. So it lets you square up extrusions, and you can then screw them together while they're completely 100% square. At least that is the idea. So building these printers, you typically need a very flat surface, which I don't have. And especially when it's going to be time to make the large 3D printer, the big Voron. Obviously not this year with losing my frickin' job. But when it will be time to do the large Voron, I won't have a surface big enough to square it. Like this surface, not too bad. I can take the mat off and the surface isn't too bad. But here, I'll do a demo in a moment. Just grab the screws out. So this is the extrusion size of the Voron V0. It's going to be absolutely tiny. And this is the regular 2020 extrusion, so I'm going to grab them momentarily. These were kind of expensive, but if they do their job, they're going to be indispensable. Okay, so that's a little loose. Going to loosen this up a little. Let me get some extrusion, and I will show you what this is all about. Okay, 2 pieces of extrusion, please. These are big. Do I have smaller ones? A little bit more desk-sized. This one's more desk-sized, and this one is more desk-sized. Okay. So here are a pair of extrusions. I can take this plastic off. I don't think I need it. Okay, so typically you would tap threads into the end of these extrusions. And then if you want to put them together like this, if your end is not 100% square, you won't be able to make a square frame. But with these guys, what you do is holes on both sides. 1, 2. So you slide your extrusion into here. And it's going to fit tightly. And it's meant to. It fits very tightly. If I have burrs on it, it won't fit. Because it needs to fit exactly. Oh boy, that's really tight. I'm just going to take the top right off. Okay, so you set that in there. Oh, that is very tight. And then in here, like that, and then you grab this piece, put that in there, and then you put these pieces on. 1, 2, and 3. And this should, there we go. And now these should be completely square to each other. Let me go see if I can find a square reference. Should have one somewhere around here. If I were a square, where would I be hanging? Well, I got a printed square, but who knows how square that really is. Oh, shoot, it just freaking broke. Good question. Whatever. It'll work for demonstration. I do have a square somewhere. But if you check, actually both these things are completely square to each other. So there. You got a completely square extrusion. Oh, yeah, the frame. Yeah, so the aluminum extrusions, they call them extrusions because they're extruded aluminum. But yeah, so you have access. I don't know if you probably can't see because I can't get it to the right angle, but you have access to put your screwdriver and your screw through here. And this is like quite solid, so you can square it up and then put your screw through and move on to the next one and next one, next one. And if everything is cut properly, it'll all be square, both in this direction because it's a single screw in the middle, so it could pivot. So both in this direction and this direction. So yeah, so this is the size of regular 2020 extrusion that most printers use, and this is the size of the V0, the Voron that I bought. So this is 30-30. So this is 20 mils by 20 mils. This is, 15-15. So this is 15 mils by 15 mils. It's much smaller. The machine is going to be absolutely tiny. The square is hanging out with the SSR, yeah. So you can see the size difference there. So, see? Absolutely tiny. So, yeah, these things were a little expensive, but they are, if they serve their purpose, that's all I need. Ugh, that is really tight in there. Come on out. Oh. So yeah, those two, the funny part is these arrived at my house on the same day that the Voron was meant to arrive. And then the Voron didn't arrive. Thanks, UPS. Let's go check the prices of these. I did pay. I do know I did pay up for them, but what am I going to do? Like, people that build the Vorons, they recommend buying a slab of granite and working on that. But it's like, what do you think I am here? I mean, I know you can reach out to granite, like countertop companies, and see if they have scrap slabs that you can buy or have. But I mean, what are the odds? There we go. That's still fitting there. Just barely, but it does. It's good. Does this still fit in here? Yep. There we go. They have cute little boxes to go with them. Let's check the prices of these things. Okay. So the heater bed is been up to temp for 4 minutes. So we're going to wait. We're going to let it change shape. Like my workbench is strong enough for the granite slab. They're not like super thick. Let's see. 2020 extrusion corner. Let's see if that works. How about Voron corner? There we go. So, all right, let's see if I can get the regular prices for you guys. So, this one is $17.37 Canadian, and this one's $18.20 Canadian. But the thing with tools is that you keep them forever, in principle. Work does advertise everything is squared off fast, recommended product. I'm just worried that it's going to scuff my extrusions, but it is what it is. Look at this guy, he's got the lime green mat. Good. Cool stuff. Could make a video on that too, like a quick video. God, I really can't wait to get my Voron. We could have been installing some parts right now. Why does UPS have to be like this? It says delivery date will be provided as soon as possible. But it's like, dude, you have my package. You told me it left. It was on the truck for delivery yesterday. So where is it now? Where is the package? Does UPS deliver on weekends? Yes, UPS provides delivery services for both residential and business packages Mondays through Saturdays. Oh, not Sunday. I gotcha. 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Oh, residential packages can also be delivered on Sundays. So, why? Give me my Voron. I know I'm acting like a freaking child right now, but... Oh, what? You can do... Wait a minute. Can you really do a third one? Wow, hang on just a gosh darn moment here. You can do a third one. Only, oh, there's this way. Oh, that's why it's like this. Well, I'll be. We are getting a third one. Okay. So if I put one this way and one, hang on. One this way and then one this way. This way. Now we need one more vertical here. it's not quite big enough. It's going to scratch my lens. My bench is not quite big enough. Ugh. Then you install this way. Oh boy, I almost hit my camera lens. That was close. I feel like I knew this when I ordered it, but don't know it anymore. Okay, push these all completely in. Oh. Don't want to scratch my camera lens. That's going to cost me a lot of money. Oh. Oh. Okay, here it goes. Oh, there's some play here. Something is loose. That is tightened all the way. Okay. So really, this one here doesn't. This one here doesn't get squared. That direction is loose, but maybe if you loosen these, and then jam this in there as hard as you can. Okay, so this one doesn't quite have, yeah, look at that. So I feel like this could have been improved. Because, yeah, this is loose in there. Yeah, it'll, when the rest is together, yeah. But so I know the reference surfaces are these two. Because these two are square. Yep. These two are absolutely square. They have no play. So this one is not the reference surface, it's these. So essentially, this one needs to go into the bottom there. It is really meant to lock these two corners. Interesting. That's good to know, though. But I feel like they could have made a better version. It just becomes more expensive because it's a 3-angle machine job. But look, it leaves you exactly 20/20 in the middle. Ugh, there we go. These extrusions are awesome. Can make so many things with them. Oh boy. Okay, well, there we go. Still useful, but I would limit the amount of use with the third one. This square is like falling apart. This was on my first 3D printer on the Tronxy. It didn't quite end up quite as nicely as it should have. I should print some new ones with the better 3D printers. I just don't know, you know, how square, but yeah. There. Okay. Well, I think I'm going to end it here. I'm going to start that print. I'm going to do some housework and stuff. It's spring, but it might be snowing outside. Let me see. So it's going to snow today, sadly. How much snow? Yeah, it's going to snow a bit today. But it'll be 10 degrees on Tuesday, 11 degrees on Wednesday, 10 degrees on Thursday, 9 degrees on Friday, 9 degrees on Saturday. So it's not looking too bad. But yeah, have a really good day, everyone. Hopefully you get better, Franco. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Have a good one.